Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. So that's the skirt you're going to make, and to begin we first do our first chain, a slip knot. So we chain 11. So after chaining 11, in the stitch just next to the hook is where you place your first stitch, and then you do a single crochet all through like you see. So you do a single crochet, faithful through the ages. So when you reach the end of the row, you're going to make one chain, then you turn your work. So when you turn your work, in the first stitch that you made, you're going to do a single crochet but in the back loop, like you see the behind. So you don't do in the whole loop, you do it only in the back loop side. So and you do that. So here is when I give you the measurements. So this skirt is for a small person. So her waist size is 29 and her hip size is 39. So you do that until you achieve a length of 29 inches. At 29 inches is when you pull very slightly, very slightly, to achieve 29. Then when you really pull, you're supposed to achieve the 39. Yes, so that's because now if the waist is stretching, that means the hips will fit as you go down the skirt. So after you've achieved your 39, you're going to join that part together. So yeah, the first is a slip stitch. So you join with a slip stitch all through. You can also join using a single crochet depending on what is okay with you, but I usually use a slip stitch for things like a skirt and a blouse. But then for things like a sweater, I usually use single crochet. But a slip stitch, is okay here. So when you reach the end, you cut off the black yarn because now you're going to join with white. So let's go to the white part. So make sure your other black strands that were left outside, you join them inside using a needle. You hide them, in simple words. So now you come to that part where you joined off from, is where you're going to insert your hook on any of the sides, but on the inside part is better. So that is the wrong side. Insert your hook, pull through one loop, then chain one. So you're going to use half double crochet all through below the skirt, because half double crochet usually achieves projects that have less holes. Now for something like a skirt, definitely you don't need a lot of holes. So a half double crochet is very ideal. So make sure as you are crocheting through that first row, you hide the strand of white thread as you're going ahead. So you just insert one half double crochet in each of the stitches. The ones that you used as you went round, you just go through one by one. So there is one at the ridge and one at the part that is not the ridge. The ridge is that as if builds up a step. So there's one at the step, and then there's one on the one that is as if inside. So you just continue that all round. We shall meet at the end. God of Abraham, you're the God of covenants and faithful promises. Time and time again, you have proven you
just what you said. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow,
so you're reaching the end of our row number 1. So when you reach the end of row number 1, yeah, you're going to pull through a loop, yes, and then insert in the first chain that you made when you were starting out. Yeah, so that is how you close. You don't use a slip stitch to close as our usual projects. So you're going to just continue with the half double crochet all through till you achieve the length of the skirt you want. So you're going to just continue like that. Every time you reach the end of the row, you just continue. You don't turn your work. Just continue until you reach the length of the skirt that you want. So we're going to look at the top with the flare hands. So to start with the top, you're going to make a slip knot. Make a slip knot in whichever way that you do make your slip knot. That's how I make mine. Yeah, so you make a slip knot, then you chain 37. Yeah, so I did chain 37. I'll meet you at the end of the chain. So now we've reached the end. So when you reach the end, you're going to insert your hook in the first stitch that is next to the one that has the hook. So you're going to do half double crochet all through, as you can see. So the end of the row, you're going to have 36 stitches. Yeah, so you do that up to the end. So once you reach the end of the row, you're going to, that is like the final stitch. Once you reach the end of the row, you chain 1, turn your work. So now you're going to be working in the back loop, only the back loop. Don't work through the whole stitch. So you're going to be working through the back loop because we want a certain design to build up. So I'll just show you how. Let me bring it a little closer. Yes, so that is the back loop. That is where you pass your hook. So you pass through the back loop, that is where we're working from. Insert your hook in the back loop and then do a half double crochet. So you're going to do that all through up to the end. Yeah, so I did my work off the video, so just to show you how it's measuring. Our client had a bust size of 35.5. So you just continue to make the row. The rows, they build up until you achieve a size of 35.5. But when you're measuring, since it is yarn and it is stretchable, you make sure when you're measuring you pull a little bit, because when the client is putting it on at the end of the day, it's still going to pull because it is half double and it's in the back loop. It's going to be stretchy. So when you're measuring, you stretch it a little bit. Yeah, so don't make exact 35.5 if your client is 35.5, or if your client is 40, make like 38, then stretch till it's, the measurement that you want. So after that, you're going to join the two parts together. So we're going to join the two parts together. So that makes our lower part of the top. Yeah. So to join the two parts together, we are using the slip knot. Yeah, we use the slip knot all through, then you just join the two parts together. Okay, so now you're going to work on the arms separately. So we are going to work from top to down, so from the non-flared part to the flared part. So to start, we did chain 37 again. Yes, our client wanted the arms a bit tight on her, but then she's like small as well. So for small size, chain about 37 or even 35 can work. But then for a much bigger size, you have to increase accordingly. So you could do like 40, yeah, or more if the person is a little bigger. So we did chain 37 and then did the same half double crochet upwards. Yeah, so let's go to that. Yeah, so we did repeat the same procedure, half double crochet up to the end of the row, and then chain one, still turn your work, and still do the half double crochet in the back loop. Yes, so now we are going to count ridges to know how many we make till we increase. Yes, so now when you reach at I'm going to show you how we count the ridges. You're going to count 12 ridges from the wrong side. So that's the wrong side. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so from the 12th, you're going to see you make your last stitch in the last, then you chain one. When you turn your work, you're going to work 2 half double crochet in that one stitch, the first one, 2 half double crochet. Then after you continue ahead with just a single half double crochet in each stitch. Then when you reach the end of the row again, you increase and put 2 half double crochet in the last stitch. Okay, so you're going to make 10 rows on our increases. However, when you're increasing, we skip 1 row, which is a non-increase. So remember our first row we did increase on the sides, so the next row after that you don't increase. Then the next row after that you increase. Then the next one don't increase up to when you achieve 10 rows, like that. So yeah, just do that for more 10 rows. 10 rows and not 10 ridges. 10 rows. So they're going to be 5 ridges but 10 rows. Yeah, so now you've come to the end, so you can count to double check. Still on the wrong side is where you count from, so you can count the first 12 that we had. So yeah, you count the first 12, then after that you add the 5, yeah, and 5. So 5 is your last row. So after that you're going to join the two sides together. Remember, this is an arm, you have to enclose it. So you enclose the arm, yeah, so to enclose the arm you do your first slip knot, yeah, then after you do a single crochet. So for the arms I usually use a single crochet because I want it to keep a little stretchy from the armpit area and throughout the hand. So I use the single crochet to join. You can use a slip stitch to join, but I prefer the single crochet. So you join the two parts and use the same technique to make the second part of the arm. So our two arms are ready, and now we're going to attach them to the other side, to the other part of the top, the long part of the top. So where you joined from, the other part of the top should be your middle part. Yeah, you know how like the top has a zipper in the middle of the back line? That's where the line should be, yeah? Or you can even put it on the sides, but I prefer it in the middle. So you're going to join the arms. So to join the arms, so I did count 3 from one end, to where I joined the arm, and then 3 from the other end. Yeah, so because the arm is going to be there only halfway, and not the whole arm is going to be attached to the top, because it's an off shoulder. So I did get your yarn, reattach it and join the parts together. So yeah, reattach your yarn. The other simple way you can use to attach these parts is using needle and thread. You can also do that. Though attaching like this, makes you really sure it's attached. Yeah, so I counted 3 from one side and 3 from the other side, and that's how I attached the yarn. So I did a single crochet to attach the hands. So I did that for both sides. Yeah. Yeah, so that is how it looks like after attaching. The arms have to be on a straight line as the top. Yes. So now we're going to work on the ruffles, the black ruffles on the top. So you go back to where you attach your top from. Remember the back line I told you about? That's where you attach your yarn from. Yeah. And then for the ruffles, it's good to work when your top is open to the right side, because now the ruffles have to fall to the right side of the top. So you're going to attach your yarn and just do single crochet all throughout the top. Yeah. So since these ruffles run through even up to the arms, all through to the arms, so you just do the single crochet all through. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so you see when you reach the arm, remember it is already attached. You're just going to continue. Yeah, you don't skip anything, you just continue with your single crochet ahead, all around through the arm, all around to the front part, all around to the second arm, and back to the back side. Yeah, so you just work a single crochet all through. So now you've reached the end of our row, the first row without single crochet. So you do work single crochet up to the end. Then after you do a slip stitch, yeah, to close up. So once you've closed up, you're going to just continue the same lane. But now remember, you want the ruffles to fall to the other side. So what you do in your next row, you're going to work in the back loop. So the back loop helps the work you're going to do after that to fall to the other side that you want it to fall. So you do work a back loop. In the back loop, you do single crochet in the back loop all through again. Yeah. So we've reached the end of the row, so you still do the back loop, continue doing the back loop till you reach the end. So when you reach the end of the row, you don't close up, you're just going to continue ahead. But that is when your increases come in. So if you really want your ruffles to ruffle, you can use double crochet, or you can use many increases in one stitch. That is when the ruffles will be really, really many. But if you don't want them to be really many, yeah, so me, I want them to be so many. So I was doing so now when you're increasing, you don't work in the back loop, you just use the whole stitch, pass through the whole stitch. But then when you're passing through the whole stitch, you do two so you do two single crochet in each stitch. So you're just increasing in each stitch. And as you can see, the little ruffles are starting to come up. So yeah, so you just do that, just keep increasing, do 2 in each stitch, 2 in each stitch. But if you want them to be really, really rufflish, you can do 3 in each stitch. And for them to be, you know, long and like a little loose, you can use the double crochet. So you can use double crochet increases. So once you finish the other back loop, like we said last time, in your next row you can use the double crochet for them to be loose and long. But if you want them loose and long, like how ours have turned out, use single crochet all through, do 2 single crochet in each row. So I did about 5 rows, and in my 6th row I'm closing up now. So in your last row, as you're finishing the ruffles, you do a single crochet in each stitch. In your last row you don't increase because you're just now closing up your work and you're not finishing it up. Yes, so that is how the ruffles came up, and it's the same technique for the ruffles on the skirt. So for the ruffles on the skirt, it's the same technique. You join your black thread from where you joined your skirt from, or from anywhere in the middle, and then, you know, start with a single crochet all through, then do a back loop to where you want your ruffles to turn to. Yeah, so it's always good you work on the right side. So for the skirt you also do the same. So you can see our ruffles have turned up. They're not so fluffy, they're just, you know, just okay. Yeah, and a bit you know, tightened up and not really loose. So if you want them loose, use the double crochet. If you want them as hours have come up, please use the single crochet. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions, please ask in the comment section and I'll get back to you instantly. Yes, subscribe, like our videos. Thank you once again. Have a good day. Bye.